Today we're going to cover a number of different topics. I'm a sports psychiatrist. I've been in sports practice for 17 years. I've been a psychiatrist with a military background before going to an academic practice for 30 years, and I trained in the Department of Psychiatry and Neurology, so I got very interested in brain and behavior and try to use the efficiency of my practice in the military, where you practice on the go and on the move, and may often get just brief interventions with soldiers who are preparing for combat. So the transition over to working in sports was a pretty easy one for me. So I'm going to just go through a few things. My email is on the slide. If you want to contact me later, or if you want a copy of the slides, you can just email me and I'll send them to you. Or you can also, go to the contact page, TZK Seminars, and request them being emailed from the director. Either way will be fine. All right, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Since 1996, I've been the team psychiatrist for the Baltimore Ravens, an NFL team, and the Baltimore Orioles, who are finally playing really good baseball. And then I also have an office practice as a sports psychiatrist, so I do, psychiatric practice with athletes, so treatment of mental disorders, but most of what I do has to do with assistance in performance and balancing out with younger athletes the demands of sport and school and family and friends. You want to make sure that the individual doesn't isolate and stop examining what's actually going on. So you want to make sure that they know the facts and you cross-check the facts. So let's say an athlete thought that a coach didn't like her or didn't like him. Well, if you have a relationship with the team, you don't go to the coach and you say, "Do you like Mary?" You'll go to the coach and you'll say, "Can you give me some feedback on Mary's, performance and practice and competition, and how she's progressing, as a tennis player, soccer player, distance runner, whatever the sport, basketball player, point guard." And then you can also speak with the parents. What are their observations? And so sometimes just, becoming aware of the discrepancy in terms of the view the individual has about their situation, the way others view it, you can give them some feedback and it might change their perspective, and that's what often gets someone. So you want to catch this early, stress reaction. That's why we want to have a presence with the team going into the training room, because in both places, in baseball and football, you get to see all of the athletes all the time. They're in the training room or passing through the training room. We now have a system where our coaches, if they're concerned about somebody, they'll just come up and say, "Hey, can you have a chat with so-and-so? They just look a little stressed lately." That's all they say. They don't give you any specifics. They do better if they don't inquire, and then you just find a natural way of going up to them. It's so easy to just naturally walk up to somebody if you've done that many times and developed a relationship with them and say, "Hey, how's practice going this week? How was your confidence in last weekend's game?" And they'll start chatting with you, and you'll go on to segue just into the concern area that the coach might have raised. But if the coach is noticing something, the player's noticing something.